today's theme is going to be about children, raising healthy children, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Sometimes the parents, I think, they think that the UTF is only for fun or something like that. But no, we are disciple them as well.
Then they get to a point sometimes, if you don't rein it in, they'll be like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
But it's like these subtle things.
It just hit me that I'm also so confused with the generation stuff as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Gen Z is the current one.
To honor my name is the same thing we do with God, isn't it? So we want to honor our Father, God. So the same thing we...
How we doing, Robust family? And we have a show coming up now, and I know you're gonna love it. But before we continue, can I ask you all to just do me a small favor? I need you to give a robust smash to that like and subscribe button. It helps us a lot, and it makes sure that you do not miss a breakfast show beat. Do it right now, click that button, and I'll see you in the show. See you in a sec. Time to shine! It's time to shine! I'm excited! I just can't hide it! It's the morning, and this is your breakfast show. I'm your host, Robert Ashitey, your robust presenter, and I'm going to be with you from now until the next 2 hours if you can receive it. All right, guys, all the way till 10 o'clock. And I know you've just had 27 minutes of being inspired, so I know you are ready to face the day. And now we are taking it from here. It's breakfast show time to make sure you go out with that vim, gusto, and determination to start your day right. And obviously, you know that we can never do this alone. We have the lady of sound herself here this morning. It's the one, it's the only, it's Khalid. Bon dia, Khalid.
Bom dia.
Bom dia, what's up? Come here.
Huh?
Okay, I thought you'd just be like, "Are you doing these things? Just go with it."
Yeah,
but no,
sure.
you just okay, huh? Yeah. But how are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah, you all wired, fine, inspired as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got those tracks locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're ready to learn a few things today, right? Mm-hmm. That's it, especially when it comes to food, right? Especially when it comes to food. I know everyone's gonna get triggered now.
I'm hungry.
Oh wow. I wish you well on today's comments and
Ooh, there's somebody at the door.
I'm flabbergasted.
Wow.
I've got something for that.
You've got some ginger tea?
Yeah.
Oh, is that so?
Coffee.
Guess who it is? The one only Deborah coming through the studios this morning.
I gotta get ready now.
Yeah. Do you dance? That's right, guys.
Hey.
It's that time different. The Miss Motivator herself has entered the room. Yep. And guess who else is with us this morning? Who I was going to mention is the one and only responsible for the UTF in the UK. It's Miss Luana. Good morning, Miss Luana. It's a camera over there for you as well. It's over there. It's over there. Yeah, that's it. Miss Luana, you look like you're walking on sunshine this morning.
Yes,
What's that song?
It's a pleasure to be here. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, and you know what, Debs? You know what, Debs? Miss Luana's a faithful breakfast show faithful.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she sometimes get captivated by that special art. You know the special art that is out there. It's called the art of
Hoka
stocking.
Okay.
You know, but I know that you've been on the breakfast show
But
journey with
sometimes
us.
I comment.
Yes, you do. That's what I'm saying. I mean, not
okay.
always. Not always. I didn't say.
Yeah.
I give credit where it's due. I give credit, and you are a breakfast show faithful. Every time I see you, always bring breakfast show energy. So it's just, I'm just glad to have you first. Yes, I think it's the first pastor's wife on the show. Is it? Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So you made history.
You made history.
Lovely.
This is great. But it's so good because today we're talking about the theme, as you know, it's a Wellness Wednesday, guys, and we always look at tools, tips, and ideas, things we can do to take care of the only temple we have to live in while we're here on this earth. And it starts for our kitchen cupboard. There are things that we have in our kitchen. What on earth is Kat doing there by herself in the cat cam?
I'm testing the delay.
Okay. I thought you lacking magnesium or something. It's like a cramp, and I was like,
Reflexes.
is she okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
It's
You
like
okay?
2 seconds behind. So
Okay,
it's fine.
yeah, okay, you can forgive him. All right. Well, anyway, besides being 2 seconds behind, so Wellness Wednesday,
Seconds is nothing.
2 seconds is nothing. Absolutely, we can forgive that. But Wellness Wednesday, and today's theme is going to be about children, raising healthy children, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're going to be looking at, obviously their mental health. We're going to be looking at their physical health. We're going to be looking at a few social shocks as well. Some comments there, all leading to our health. Because Miss Luana, the children are really precious to us, right?
Yes, they're our future.
And you have been dealing with a lot of teenagers. Yeah, how's that been going?
Really being a challenge, but it's a pleasure as well because we understand that they are the future of the church, right? The UTF group.
Yeah.
So, and the future of the world as well.
Yep.
And yeah.
Absolutely. And and it's quite interesting how many challenges that we have with children that can be related. Obviously, things stem from the home, right, and the environment that we can grow up in, but also a lot of it can be done down to what they put in their bodies as well. So we're going to be looking at these different areas. We're going to be literally breaking it down, and we're going to have a trivia at the end, a nice little quiz to see what we know about what we're putting in our children's bodies.
Interesting.
Yeah. That'll be very interesting. All right, guys. So I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, Debs, you're quite health conscious and everything like that. How have you been when it comes to your kids? Because kids, the thing about kids, when they get used to something, that's all they want.
Yeah, I think from an early age, even like thinking about how my mum raised us, brown bread, which is good, and still up until
Mama Levi.
Mama Levi. So brown bread, and she always made sure we had like breakfast in the morning. We had our eggs, our beans, our toast, and stuff like that, and porridge, things like that. And then you find that as you become older, sometimes you forget all these things. But then with my children, I did most of those things, but then you start to come away a little bit, and then it's like you get the sugary cereals and stuff, and then I had to sort of try and go back, and sometimes when you try to go back, it's like there's a resistance.
I hear that.
But I think my daughter is probably more health conscious than my son, because my son is like one of these people that he can just dial up and there'll be pizza and chicken. He's
so they've got that independence, haven't they?
Yeah, my daughter's not so much. Like, she's very like more health conscious, that she'll have more of the salads and
God
things
for that.
like that. Yeah, my son, like, I have to remind him. I said, this is not healthy. I said, you can't rely on this. These are things that you should have just as treats.
Yeah.
Not as everyday food, but I don't think he's listening. But if he's listening, he's probably going to go, Mum, why did you say that?
So we have to go shame it for man.
Because we're in a generation now that they can just pick up the phone, quick dial, Uber Eats, just eats. And I think it's ridiculous. Those things should be once a month or once a week at the most.
Yeah, you have the daughter of somebody here, who has the things that she enjoys right now, right? Wednesdays is always a very tough subject.
Yeah, it does trigger us a little bit. Yeah, we do
all of us, we're all in there.
Yeah,
we're all in there. And here's something interesting. I've got a nice little video just to touch on what you actually mentioned just now. I've just sent it over to you, Kat, for you to have a look on. And it's basically when I hear we grew up with it and turned out fine. So basically this is because we're going to go through different things concerning teenagers, young people. All right, we're going to start with behavior and all that kind of stuff, but then we're going to go down to food. All right, we're going to end up at food because that affects a lot of behavior as well. So here's something interesting. This is what we grew up with, and people say I turned out fine, but here's something to consider. Check this out.
Something new, something fresh, yeah, I'm super obsessed. Let me know when you done messing. A little that, a little this, then you put it to the test.
Yeah.
It's all in the expression.
It's different ingredients.
It's a vibe, it's a state of mind. And now I want it more. It's a mood, it's a vibe, it's a state of mind. Okay, you got the floor, it's looking good. I kinda like that.
Yeah. Can't say that much, but the ingredients list is completely different. It's a whole different spectrum. of what we're dealing with here. So ketchup is no longer just vinegar, tomato sauce. You know, it's that and a whole heap of other stuff.
Lots of sugar, lots of it.
Yeah.
It's scary, right?
is.
It's scary because I don't know, because until we, like, as adults, we kind of delve into these subjects, we think everything's the same. Everything's the same. Like, you try and go, ketchup didn't harm me. I'm perfectly fine. So it's not gonna harm you either, right?
Yeah, that's true. You know, this week, I think it was this week, we were speaking with some of the wives, and I think Kat's mom, she was saying that she was making dessert. She was sharing with me because she was saying that I think she made a dessert or something like that.
Yep.
And then she used the same product that she always used, but then she said, I think the ingredients are different because it came out like totally different from what it used to be. So for you to see, you're even speaking about that, because even the ingredients, they've been changing.
Wow.
That's a good point, you know, because even my mum, like when she's making the dumplings, and then she said, the flour is not the same, you know. She said that, like, the quality. She said the quality of the flour is not the same. So
it's a completely different ball game that we're living in, right? We have a few statistics that we can give you to look at, and these are from healthymatters.gov, and, you know, a bit of food for thought.
Look at the round figure.
Yeah. Check it out. So an extra 289 to 320 kilojoules per day over 4 years is enough to make a young child go from normal weight to overweight. All right. So 21.4% of children are overweight or obese. That's a big number. 300 kilojoules joules a day equals to 2 biscuits or half a can of soda. Now, we know children do more than that in a day. All right. And this is over 4 years. So walking for 20 minutes is enough to burn just about 300 kilojoules. Consuming an extra 300 kilojoules a day leads to excessive weight gain, or over 1.1
kg.
So 70% of parents with an overweight child think they are about right weight, as do 30% of parents of obese children.
Yeah, it's because if they've grown up being heavy, then they're just gonna go through life thinking that is the norm.
And
it's
normal.
not.
My child is okay.
This is, they are healthy.
Yeah.
Of course,
They're strong. They're stout.
Look at their cheeks.
Look at how
Those cheeks protruding from their face.
He eats everything.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like to say it's a good thing.
Yeah. And so then check this out. Then we look at a quarter of adults, the statistics that's actually happening out there. Once again from Health Matters. Yeah, the next one. And it says here, more than a quarter of adults and 1/5 of children eat food from out of the home food outlets at least once a week. And it goes, meals eaten outside of the home tend to be associated with high intakes of sugar, fat and salt, and portion sizes tend to be bigger. The increasing consumption of out-of-home meals has been identified as an important factor contributing to rising levels of obesity. Food outlets increasing clusters around schools. So these chicken, they target the schools.
Yeah, the chicken and chip generation.
Yeah.
You see them after school when I'm driving or I'm walking, and then all of them, you see them walking in a row.
Yep.
And they're eating their chicken and chips, and they think, oh, this is lovely. And I'm thinking, do you know what you're doing to yourselves?
Right.
Yeah.
Things have changed so much, right? And the thing about it is, even the food eaten is worse than what we had growing up. So there's a lot of factors at play here, and we wonder why many adults now have these different inclinations to feed things that are not good for their diet, not good for their health, because it's all starting there. Children are being targeted. So we really do have to be intentional.
Yes.
And we're going to be we're going to go for a very short time out. When we come back, we're going to actually be looking at some of the symptoms that children are actually having, because that could be connected. Well, most likely is linked to what they eat, because you are what you eat. If you've got E76512 inside of your system over a period of 5 years growing up daily, I'm sure E7152 gonna have some impact.
Take over.
If it's not spinach, there's gonna be some type of effect most likely, but we're gonna have a look more into that. So Mr. Warner, great to have you with us on the show today. It is a Wellness Wednesday, but the great opportunity of having you here is we can have a look more and magnify what's happening with the children. And one of the things that we see is that there are lots of different behavioral patterns happening with children, and there was a really powerful message on Sunday. I wasn't able to hold the UTF meeting for once, which I really disliked, but I wasn't well. But just give us an idea about the UTF and its purpose and the event coming up.
Yes. So the UTF this Sunday we spoke about, because the same faith. Sometimes the parents, I think, they think that the UTF is only for fun or something like that. But no, we disciple them as well. The same things that they live. For example, there is a purpose in the church. We also live that. We pass this to the teens. We teach them to live the same faith, right? That we learned, because this is the faith that they grew up and we're gonna take for life.
Yes.
Right. So we also are teaching them about the month of the sacred, everything. And one of the things that we spoke about is, I think we're going to show the video later.
Yeah, we got it.
To have the balance, because we understand that they've been too much sometimes, how can I say, closed in their own things.
Yeah, in their own ways, yeah.
I've seen that teens, they tend nowadays to go to the fantasy world. Like their room is their, let's say, their sacred part. Understand? So there is, sometimes they eat there, they spend the whole time there, isn't it? They don't spend time with the family, so it's something that we've been teaching them. We spoke to advisors to pass to them this week tasks, for example, for them to give value to the family, for them to spend time with the family, for them to clean, to organize their rooms, because it's the sacred as well. It's there, our sacred part, our sacred place. To have a place where they can pray,
That's amazing.
And make that place a sacred place, not only a place that they try to run away from the reality
and have their own devices things that they do.
Yes, because they forgot about everything. Sometimes I think they just want to hide themselves and be there, and sometimes parents, they even don't know. Sometimes they think maybe they are playing games, but sometimes pop up other things on screen.
What a transition, right? Imagine 1 minute you're a child and you depend on your parent, you depend on your mom, but it's like this metamorphosis takes place and all of a sudden they want to be in the room by themselves, that's trying to happen. And so there needs to be an adjustment, and sometimes the parents themselves are not ready for that adjustment, right? Or we're trying to do things like old school style, where teens are changing at the same time, new information, right?
With a lot, they've been bombarding with a lot of information, right? I grew up with, we didn't have devices or anything like that. So I think now we have this, they have this everywhere. It's too much information, it's too easy. The world, they can connect with everyone. Everyone, anytime, any place, the AIs characters they can make, isn't it?
Yep, make themselves look different, put on a filter, right? What? Yeah, wait, what? Don't
You're doing something.
Don't hate the player. Don't hate the player. I'm just I use it for my work, right?
I mean, it's got its advantages, but I think sometimes it can be a bit intrusive.
Yeah, I mean, kids ain't that much into AI, but there is that AI feature, like in filters, in Instagram. Sorry, not Instagram. Oh, sorry, TikTok, right? Because that's where they usually migrate to.
As well.
The algorithms, feeding them what they want. Like my daughter, she loves dancing. So that's her thing. And the algorithm feeds her dancing. But I said to her like this, my daughter, there are some songs that through this algorithm that you would never listen to by yourself. But it's the background on top of a dance. So the dance you're interested to, but you would never listen, you would never choose to seek or play that song by itself. So you have that, that situation that you have to navigate as a parent as well.
That's like a subtle influence, like what you're saying, because like she's just enjoying herself innocently, having a nice time, and then it just like, let's slip this in, and
Exactly.
well, you know, they're like, but then, you know, then they get to a point sometimes, if you don't rein it in, they'll be like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
But it's like these subtle things.
Yeah.
You know, Miss Luana, sorry, I just wanted to comment on what you were saying as well, because I've noticed, that the kids, they just want to separate themselves. I remember as a child, we used to eat with our family. I eat with my mother, my father, my siblings, my
we
grandma.
had the rule.
Yeah.
The parents would call.
That's
no,
it.
you have to sit.
Yeah. That's what you
You're
had to
gonna sit.
do.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it was intentional.
Yes, it was, yeah.
From that time was normal, but quite normal and intentional. It was enforced, right?
No, I mean, but the thing is, it was actually quite nice when
It
you
was
think
nice.
about
yeah.
it.
You
Because
have your fondest memories then, isn't it?
they were nice memories, because, you know, obviously being the baby and
good
you
life.
know, the cutest and stuff like
I was the middle child,
Oh, yeah.
the one who had to fend for himself.
sorry.
Yeah, they said
The older got the respect, the younger got the special treatment, and I got forgotten. How you doing, Will? Take a seat, mate. I'm just opening up my heart and my grievances about being the middle child.
Yeah, I know they say, like, I think sometimes with the middle child, they say they're either the glue of the family, or they're the ones that are sort of, like, left to sort of kind of get on with it.
The other two, they got whatever they wanted when they were sick. Oh, what would you need from the shop, my eldest son? And he would lie there, no problem. You know, the little one, what do you need? He doesn't even need to ask. He gets everything and he just has to choose whatever, you know? And as for me, guess what I got? Tea and paracetamol. I'm in my bed. All you see is like, dush, dush. Close the door. Tea and paracetamol. I mean, it made me stronger. It made me stronger. Anyway, let me get past my middle child issues.
Yeah, but you know, those days, like sitting with the family, that's where you get time to catch up, to talk, you know, even talk about your day. Talk about your day, talk about your grievances, anything that, like, questions. That is supposed to be quite a nice time. But like what you said, they go to the room and it's like on the gadgets. And even sometimes at the table, you can see that there. And then, because that's a distraction, these are distractions. It's so easy.
And you know, the funny thing is, now they have the right. They think that, no, not that my daughter doesn't do this, but some of them, like children, have the right to say, "Why didn't you knock on my door?"
Hello.
Why didn't you knock on your door?
What?
I come up in here when I please, child. Come up in here when I please. I know these children exist. It isn't the case you're trying Ezekiel.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay.
But I know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
In my house, I can't even close the door.
They say it's my life. It's my life.
look, I want to show you. I want to show you.
I've got rights. That's what
Right.
that's what they
I've
do.
got something to show you. You made me have to jump now. You made me have to jump. You've made me have to jump now to what I was going to show. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I've seen videos online of parents taking out their children's door, and the children were having a tantrum. They were going crazy, and for me, I was like, oh, that wouldn't be a big deal.
All right. Yeah, it isn't. It's normal. You don't question that.
No.
This is what we're dealing with here, guys. Now, where is the issue? You let me know. I want to know what you guys think of this in the live chat. Where is the issue? We're talking about raising healthy children, and these children, they have more of everything than they've ever had, but we do need to look after them. But where is the issue? Check this out.
Wait. I am so sorry that I said that it was time to go. How about we start a timer?
No!
Gentle hands. Gentle hands. Gentle hands. I know you're having so many big feelings right now. Mommy just
ain't
wants to
working.
validate them. Gentle hands. Hands are for gentle. I am not going to cause you any more anxiety than you already have. I will be right here ready for you to get up. I can see you're having a hard time not hitting. Do you need my help to stop?
No!
Can you say sorry to Mommy?
No!
Oh, that's right. Sorry is a scary word. Can you please? Do I have your consent to comfort you? Are you ready to get up right now?
No!
Oh, no. Okay, I'll wait for you to be ready.
Oh my God.
How about we pause for a moment to check in with our feelings? Babe, I need your support.
Yeah.
You know what? Back in the day, that wouldn't happen. I mean, obviously, I wasn't like that child, but I
Come
think back in the day they would just get hooked and they'll be draped into the corner.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Things are different, especially
yeah.
from our generation. By the way, Maisha says here, you know what? I'm in the middle. I understand. I was forgotten too. Yeah, Maisha. Yeah, she was a middle child. If you're a middle child and you know, and there's truth to what I'm saying, message in the live chat. If you're the last child, let us know about the benefit. Look at the smile. Look at the smile. Look at the body language. Yeah, you're the second child, isn't it?
No,
Firstborn.
Yeah.
So you get all the respect and kudos.
My mum cannot stop mentioning my name for any scenario.
Yeah.
Because when you're the firstborn kid, you know, it doesn't even matter if me and my brother are adults. I'm still the firstborn no matter what scenario.
Yeah.
So my mum is always calling me for, oh, why did this go wrong?
Okay.
It had nothing to do with me.
Okay.
But you was home, so you know, it's your responsibility to find out.
Yeah. But I mean, were there perks? Like.
Oh yeah, those perks. In fact, I think if you have a 2-sibling sort of household, the other person has to list your perks because the other child always knows the perks that they don't get. And sometimes actually a lot of times you take your own perks for
I see that with Ezekiel and Kaya, yeah.
Yeah, so to me, I always feel like, I was the guinea pig that, you know, Mama had to do all these new parenting tactics and she gets it right with my younger brother. But to me, or rather from my brother's perspective, he feels like, I get to enjoy a lot of privileges that he can't enjoy yet because he starts to wait maybe like a certain, you know, few more years to reach my age to have those privileges, and that's something that I take for granted. So a lot of times I can't really think of the perks I get.
Okay, yeah, they don't see it. Privilege, unknowing privilege. Yeah, being the first child. So we got some very interesting points here, but we're going into it today. Look, this is one of the main issues when it comes to parenting, that there are different parents being parents nowadays. We've got this clip here. I don't know, this Gen X, Gen Z, Millennial, I don't know, it's just too much.
Yeah.
That last bit of the alphabet has just been used.
I still don't understand.
I don't
Sometimes
get it.
you think, what generation am I?
See? Because I thought Gen Z was like the children that were born in the 1990s, but then I don't know, I keep...
Yeah.
But then they keep...
95 to something.
Oh, no, so I'm before that.
Yeah.
Someone tried to firm it.
Way before.
But let's see. Check this out. This is one we have to protect and care for children. Yes, we do. We learn every day to do better. But this is the issue that we have. We have different parents, and yeah, check this out.
Facts about Gen X. We're the last generation to know a world without cell phones. We're the last generation to know a world without internet. The last generation to know a world without cable TV. The last generation to know a world without remote-controlled televisions. The last generation forced to use 2 keys for your car. One to get in the door, one for the ignition. The last generation to not only use corporal punishment, but it was encouraged with sayings like, spare the rod, spoil the child. But the best thing about Gen X is that our music was so cool, it's still trending 40 years later.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. And the music, for some reason, we had something very special, and the music was much more cleaner them days.
Yes.
And it's past my kids know all the people of like our generation. So this says a lot. How it says a lot. But parenting is another thing. All right, is another thing altogether. We've got a video here of a young girl with a mobile phone. We actually showed this in the UTF, and I think it's really good because the UTF gives teens food for thought. You know, it's good when you have an environment around you where, you know, you can get new information. And as a parent, you're not just dealing with the situations by yourself. You know, I like it when I mean, it's kind of tough actually being a parent of one of the teens in UTF because it's like for them, they feel like they can't escape. Like, or that I might be like focusing on them in the message or something like that. But it's just, there are some holistic truths in the gospel related to the teens, you know, and this is the thing. And so the great video that was sent to us was this one here about teens and mobile phones. Check this out. What a wonderful gift. Pause this for a second. I just want to say, we gave them a task one time to do a drama based on the prodigal son. Because the prodigal son, he said, okay, can I have my inheritance now? And because I'm going to leave and do my thing.
Yeah.
And we kind of focused it on how we get a blessing from God and we use it to distance ourselves from God. So when I saw this, it was quite interesting that she got a mobile phone for her present as a gesture of love and care and where it takes her. So I just thought I'd share that's one thing that happened in UTF.
Her humor,
before.
everything changed.
Yeah, check this out, guys.
Yeah.
Check this out. Oh, she's so happy. Thank you. Oh, that's scary. Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Before moving on to the next problem.
My lip color go on. Hey!
Don't ever talk to me again. I don't want.
Beautiful.
I remember the days when I used to ride my bicycle. There was no ride my bicycle and there was no phone.
That's right.
Those were the days.
Yeah. Yeah. And that produced a much more resilient generation, right?
Yeah.
You gonna say something?
I was gonna say, it's only quite recently that I've been thinking this about phones. Or rather not phones, just more the multifunctionality about phones where you can do almost everything on a phone. I think that has kind of served the current generation a bit of a disservice where the more and more you can do on your phone, the less of a reason you have to not be on it. Where almost most electronic devices, to an extent, anything that's handheld or whatever, the main function of that, you can put it on a phone. You don't need a camera, you got a camera on your phone. You can have cameras on your phone that are even better than some industry standard cameras and things like that. You can even edit whatever on your phone. So you have less of a reason to go on your phone. And I feel like when you're surrounded by other people in your age who they've got phones, they're always getting the newest one. I was fortunate growing up where I wasn't getting anything like the new phone every year and things like that. But I always figured that I had a lot of friends growing up that every year we got to, they were getting the new phone. And even when a phone, I think my last year before I went to university, I think the newest iPhone cost nearly £1,000.
Yeah.
People 17, 18 getting a £1,000 phone.
Yeah.
And to this day, I've never spent anything quite like that on any tech. And
that's crazy, right?
And it's normalized. And I think there's something that parents-wise we kind of got to do to help these kids out.
Hey, just a quick interruption. I know you're enjoying the show, but don't forget, if you haven't already, robustly smash the like and subscribe button. Do it now! Do it now!
I know I've got friends my current age who it's still the case. Get the new phone every year. Doesn't matter how much it's going to cost. Gotta get the newest one because somehow it's massively better than the previous one that's very much different.
See, because sometimes I think this day and age, people we're kind of following trends. We're kind of following trends, having the latest phones, etc., because they're accessible, right?
Yeah.
And I remember like when my daughter we knew it was time for her to get a phone. She didn't get a phone until she was like 14 because she was traveling, right? Otherwise I would have stretched it out longer. Yeah, I don't care. And here's the thing, right? I made sure she got a phone that was not new. The reason why for her to value it, and you know what? She valued it until she decided to do a TikTok video and smash the screen. And she got and which didn't bother me because it wasn't as expensive. You remember that time period, yeah? And and then she got another one and eventually that smashed as well because she likes doing dancing video recordings. And but the thing about it is she always had an old phone, and I think that helped to keep her humble. Because imagine you start giving a 13-year-old a brand new state-of-the-art iPhone 16. It's sending psychological messages without you saying anything. Would you agree, Miss Luana?
Yes. It's important for them to understand, to give value for what they have, for what their parents say they give to them, right? Because, for example, I grew up seeing my mom she was sharing. Not that she would share, but I knew we could see where they were facing challenges, our parents. And sometimes, for example, I want to, let's say, a chocolate. It was a little bit more expensive. So my mom, she used to say, look, I can't afford this now. Because every week when you go to the shop, I was like, Mom, can I have this chocolate? Because
Yeah.
And she was like, no, Mom, cannot give it to you right now. And that made me understand, okay, we have other things now. So that made me understand and give value.
Yeah.
And right, for what she was doing. I know she was hardworking herself, and my father as well. So this is the thing nowadays. Sometimes they want to reward the child.
Yeah,
That's
if
right.
you do this,
do something good.
yeah.
And
Good. They should be because they're they're a person. They you're my child, so you have to be to honor my name. Is the same thing we do with God, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we want to honor our Father, God. So it's the same thing
And they did it. I think they did a study, I've heard, and they checked to see children's resilience, and they found out that usually a household that had a father present, children were more resilient in the way that they fought and the way that they behaved, because usually mothers tend to coddle the child to protect the child. Actually, there was actually a video that we've got. I was actually going to show it in a second. Actually, let me show you this one first. This was your mum back in the day preparing you to go to the shop, because sometimes the best thing you can teach a child is no, and it might come across different. Check this out.
Let me explain something to you before we leave. When we get over here, get somewhere and sit down. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't think about me, because I'm grown. I'm going to be with the grown folks. You go be with the kids. Understand this. When I say it's time to go, it's time to go. Don't ask, can you stay the night? You cannot. Don't ask, can they come back over here and stay the night? They cannot. Don't get over here acting like you hungry, like you ain't ate all day. If you do, I'm going to knock fire out of your throat. Don't touch nothing. Don't break nothing. Don't ask for nothing to drink. Don't ask for nothing to eat. Lisa Ann already think her kids is better than everybody else, and they are not. If one of them touch you, you better knock their head off their shoulder. Don't come in there tattling to me about what you think, what you want, and how you feel. When we get ready to go, I tell you how you feel. Is everybody on the same page? Huh. Don't play with me.
There you
Let
go.
me explain something.
That's like the mom. That's a mom that's saying, you know what, this is how we rolling. I don't have to get physical with you, but you know where I stand, and
like
they're preparing the child. That's one technique, right? She didn't say any bad words, but she just laid it down, and they articulated what she said, and they heard what she said, and they understood. Right? That's like what your mom did.
She sounded like Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah.
It was like,
that's true.
kind of how it is.
So imagine. So I mean, all these little details, they can have an impact on the mental health of the child, whether they have access to things, or whether they're keeping up with the trends. But here was something interesting that they discovered, in terms of the behaviors, because nowadays we have a lot of single parent households, mothers who are working very hard to fulfill both roles. And one of the key things is men usually have that kind of, behavior to kind of be able to let the child go into danger, to be like, I've got you, and let them experience danger. And this was a very nice picture that they put together. Check this out. This looks very interesting. So she went, put the wood there. She went to find it. So when she has to face challenges, it's harder, because she depends on the parent, whereas the dad kind of conditioned her, to do things by themselves, and that made her a little bit more resilient, less emotional, to kind of like, why me kind of thing. So this is a study that they found, so when you kind of remove, especially when it comes to the boys, like dad's out, it's a very tough world for them, and they're a bit more, sentimental and soft.
Yeah, I can relate to that video though.
Yeah.
Because my mom she used to do everything for me. So even at school, she used to work at school. So when I had a problem with someone, or even sometimes I faced traumas with one of my teachers, and each time she used to call me to go to the board, you know, to write or to make a math something. I used to run away and try to find my mom and hide.
Yeah.
You know, so she was like, and it was in everything. I was when I was next to her, for example, Mom, I need to go through this, to the surgery, to this, that. She was always there. She had to be there with me. Understand? Because she was like that.
Yeah. You know, there was who's that music artist who's blind? I think we play his Ray Charles. Ray Charles, and I remember they did a biography of his video, and I remember when he couldn't see, he fell down, and he started to cry for his mom, and his mom was like, I wish I got the video. She wanted to go and help him, but she had to fight against her own natural will to be like, and watch him.
Now you have to be strong, my son.
Yeah, she had that in her head. She didn't say nothing, and then he was like, after he started calling, no one's coming to help. He got up and he did his thing, and he wiped the tears from his eyes, and he became stronger, you know.
Yeah.
So that was a mother fulfilling both roles, you know, and so she had to go against. Where if it was a dad, he'd be like, "Go on, boy." Do you know what I mean? Because that's how we're all built differently, you know. And it's great having the UTF as well, because they bring an extra voice to help to support families like this as well.
Yes, because we like to work together with the parents, right? We like to know how are they doing. We have their advisors that they are there to help, to work together, and to help them to think, lead them to think about their choices, about their decisions. You know, and it's very important.
Absolutely. Yes, Debs.
Can I catch up on the chat?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Debs,
all right.
Please.
So Shazad Tyler says, this is parenting done right. She's actually setting rules, and sometimes things seem harsh, but it's more about standards.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sarah from Luton, she's cracking up, and she said, this reminds me of my childhood. Shazad Tyler, and this is in relation to the girl having the phone. He says it's become an addiction with kids and tech. They want what's advertised because it's targeted to them. Sharina Hyman, she said, good morning. So she's observing attentively.
Nice.
Ooh. And Prince says, I remember when I broke my phone and had a whole year without my phone.
Well
to
done.
be honest, it was good for me at the time. So, you know, just learn some discipline, isn't it?
Because Kaya was like that. She didn't have a phone for a whole year and a half. Because I was like, Nicola wanted to get a phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not happening.
But you have
and she broke, and you know what she learned? She learned she could survive without a phone.
Yeah.
So like now it's like, when she hears, if my phone goes, she doesn't freak out. She's just like, it's okay. She knows she'll miss it, but she's like, I've survived a year and a half without a phone. So it's a trophy. It can be done. At first it was like, you know, but it's so Prince, more power to you.
That's it. Angela saying good morning. And Maria Lopez says, spare the rod and spoil the child. Did I hear it wrong? Prince says, that's so true. Sometimes, every time something goes wrong, even though I didn't have anything to do with it. I think he's talking about
Prince, you know. You know, man.
Yeah. So you're always
like,
asking you, isn't it? It's got nothing to do with you sometimes. Most times. Anyway, Maria Lopez says, I'm the middle child and I'm forgotten to this day. Oh.
It's okay.
I have to remember that, but she's laughing as well. So bless her. Yeah.
No, we're resilient people, you know. This is it. This is how we are resilient. We're that resilient. You know, we got one here. So look, look. Nowadays, we're talking about general things here in terms of the dynamics of how families can change, and you know, the things that children can have access to, which can impact them, like iPads and technology. And then sometimes you can see children behaving. Let me see, what is it? Number 2, Kat. Children having these kind of attitudes nowadays. Check this out. It's quite scary.
You want me to take your iPad away?
No!
Okay, well, it's time for bed.
No! Not going to bed!
Come on, I give you an extra hour.
I said no, it's not time for bed. Chill out.
Let's
no!
go.
We're not going to bed! No! Do you not understand?
Okay, fine. You can have 1 more hour.
You go to bed. Yeah, you go to bed.
Yes. Okay.
Did you hear what the mom said about extending the kids' screen time by 1 hour earlier?
Vanish.
That is the one mistake that the mom did. Once you say screen time ends, screen time ends. you stick to your word, you do not go back. If you let your kids have an extended hour of screen time in response to tantrums, it is teaching your kids that the more tantrums they throw, the more screen time they will get.
Yeah.
So every time you try to turn off the screens, the child is going to escalate the tantrum, and escalate the tantrum till it gets to a level where they're not going to listen to you, and there is going to be all this back talk like you see in the video. The easiest way for you to nip this right in the bud is to turn off screens when screen time is up. You turn off the Wi-Fi if you have to, you take the iPad if you have to, turn off the TV manually if you have to, do whatever you've got to do. With enough repetitions of this, your kids will realize that mom means business. When mom says TV time is done in 30 minutes, it is done in 30 minutes. Mom is not going to budge despite my tantrums, despite my cries. And with time, you will have no tantrums. The child is going to get up, turn off their iPad or the TV by themselves and go to bed. If you're having trouble limiting your toddler screen time, check out my Reducing Toddler Screen Time workshop in the caption.
So, that was interesting. So, we saw the tantrum, and many parents can just see the tantrum side and be like, okay, let me just give them what they need to make them happy. But clearly, we was hearing another voice there saying, you know what? We've conditioned them in this way, so now we need to uncondition them in this way. Right, Miss Luana?
Yeah, this mom has to be, how do you call that?
To be firm. The child tried to send her to bed. Like,
yeah, I know.
Both of them, actually.
Yeah, you know what? You see, this is why. That's why we're Gen X's.
We thought that the other girl, she was okay, but then she started saying, "What do you not understand? Let him have an hour of screen time."
Yeah,
excuse me.
It's like 2 against 1.
Excuse me.
So we have habits that we kind of create with technology, but there's some things. But the other thing is that children watch what we do, right? They're not really concerned with what we say. They watch what we do, who we are. And I've got a nice clip here, and I want you guys to just comment on how this could have gone in a different way concerning this child. Check this out. The kid's watching. He feels guilty. He's helping. Love it. Look how cute he is. And he's staying cute.
Yeah, very sweet. Yeah.
Did you notice a little something where he poured a tiny bit of the drink back just to limit the possibility of it spilling as easy as well? It's funny how quickly a child can even learn something like, obviously we don't hear like the audio or anything like that if they say anything, but still just how quickly a child can pick up on stuff like that as well.
But can you see how it could have gone the other direction? And it wouldn't have been because of the child's accident. It would have been because of the parents' reaction.
Yes.
Right, Miss Luana?
Yeah, the parents' reaction counts a lot.
And here's the interesting thing. That child will take that outside, and then the parents gets called, then the parents comes around again to the school and blames the child, but the child was just observing situations playing out at home initially. So it just shows how much, I know there's an environment thing, there's a thing of different things that's been taught around us that can impact the child, but just the reaction, because we react according to who we are, according to what we are. So if we're someone that's impatient, if we're an adult who's volatile, if we're an adult who hasn't learned to communicate effectively, if we're an adult that we're emotionally flamboyant, children are observing that. And then we persecute them for their bad behavior, but they watched us first. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
They're watching everything. Because I remember from my childhood, as we speak, I used to, that's why I knew that my mom was going to, even though nothing lacked, food or anything, but I knew that, that time was hard for them. I could see, the child can see. Yeah. They can see.
Exactly. And I remember even Kaya, because if you ask him to say, Daddy, have you ever said a negative word, I can confidently say they knew I haven't. Because I knew that would imprint in their mind. Now, the problem we have is that we have a child that's overconfident. And when you're trying to balance the rod, and overconfidence. God has to give you some new inspiration, boy.
I said, Lord, help me.
It's a thing. And so it's interesting how we really need God's discernment to help us to navigate this, especially because every single child is different, right? Even in the UTF, each one has their own different personality, and it's good because when they're together, they're taking things from the other things, and we're creating an environment where they're making sure they're taking the good things. So some are more reserved, more introvert, they're becoming a bit more bolder. The ones who are already a bit more bold, they're learning how to manage and like come down to the level of the introvert, which is why I think UTF is great. And then they're gonna have a massive event, right?
Yes, on the 16th of November here in Frisbee Park, we will have the Teen Connection, where all the the UK.
Yes.
They are the majority of them. They are coming to London, and we will have a musical.
Yeah.
We have the graduation, as we have every year, like from the ones who come from CBC to the UTF, and saying goodbye to the ones who are going to BYG now.
Yeah. It's tough, but it's going to be beautiful.
And we will have a musical that the teens they are preparing.
Yeah, Croydon's ready.
The very first musical, UTF musical. So I believe it will be really nice. Everyone is invited to come and, enjoy this day. Yeah,
we even got a video from Manchester.
Yes, inviting.
Right, Manchester UTF. Look at these guys, full power, full of determination. Go ahead, Manchester.
Hello, UTF UK. The UTF in Manchester have a message for all of you. Let's go. Hey. Let's go.
Afrobeat, huh?
Let's go. Let's go. It's graduation day. It's graduation day. Coming from CBC, leaving to BYG. Coming from CBC, leaving to BYG. Hey, it's graduation day. Leaving to Lagos State. It's graduation day. Is it to Lagos State? Coming from CBC, leaving to BYG. Coming from CBC, leaving to BYG. UTF make some
noise! Beautiful. So Manchester's in full power. All right, and they're all very excited. Everyone's really ready to go. So look, so now we've just kind of touched on some things concerning the subtle things in terms when it comes to children, and we see how much responsibility parents have, and the vital role that UTF provides in supporting parents, because we're all in this together. If you have a child or a teen who's not involved in the UTF, you're missing a trick here, because it's a really powerful tool to support, right, Miss Luana?
Yes.
This is it.
Bring them, because we are ready to work together with you, parent.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what. If there's a help center, they most likely have a UTF.
Yeah.
They're working with the teens. Okay, and here's the other thing as well. We're gonna move now into the next part. So we've talked about the mental health. We talked about how important our communication is, and we have to work on it. But now we're gonna go straight into the food. All right, before we go into our trivia, we're gonna take a time out. But I want to show you a very short video because this is very important. But before we do, we got something there in the live chat, Debs.
It's just gone crazy. Like trying to catch up. Yeah. Okay, so Shazad.
You have to storm for it, Debs.
Yeah. Okay, let me see this. All right. Shazad Tyler says, I had a strict mom from a single parent household. I know what it's like to have everything done for you. But as I got older, I became more self-sufficient and realized what I needed to do.
Yeah, my mom used to say, you better learn how to iron, because if you have a woman that does not know how to look after you, you'll be okay. That's what my mom. So God bless her.
Yeah.
So now I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys who their hands are tied. Can you iron me a shirt? My father's live. I just get on with my life. Literally, it's easier.
Yeah. Jennifer says, good morning, everyone. I put my boundaries and rules from Monday until Friday. There's no playing on any devices, especially on this Nintendo. I have everything, parental controls on social media.
That's
so that's
the spirit.
Good. Yeah.
Yes,
and
well done.
Neo Priscilla says, I'm truly enjoying today's topic, but above all, learning from it. I'll be putting this into practice through my sister's children at the moment. But you know what? There was a comment that actually made me laugh, because talking about that little child with the tantrum.
Yeah.
I think Maria Lopez was saying that she'd carry the child out by his feet.
Yes,
Basically won't be able to come out again. And Prince was laughing, saying, sorry is a scary word, because the parents, they're saying, sorry is a scary word.
Yeah.
So they're just cracking up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Annabelle says, Buenos dias, breakfast show. So he said, this Annabelle from Newcastle, have a lovely day. So yeah, we got some funny comments. Yeah.
All right, cool. So look, the mental health of children, tablets, technology, even going from being a Gen Z, MZ, millennial, or whatever, communicating, it all plays a part on how we're raising healthy children. It's very important. Gotta look into it. Old school isn't always the best school for this type of generation, so we gotta be wise, right? But now check out this, because maybe some of their behaviors could be related to their food. I have a clip here that I want to share with you guys. Take a look at this.
15 million pounds of artificial food dye is put into food. And a lot of those foods are marketed towards kids, especially something like this little fruit snack, or quotes, fruit snack, has a lot of these dyes in it. And, these dyes are they're linked to behavior problems in kids, ADHD, even autism. And, I used to think food dye, it's just food dye. It's not good, it's not bad, but I've really seen a big link with diseases in my patients. Allergies, other inflammatory diseases, behavior problems. It's a big problem.
Well, and if you look at the data, very high likelihood that food coloring may cause some behavioral disorders. The FDA acknowledges red number 3 as a known carcinogen, a chemical that could cause cancer, and yet it's still approved for use. So again,
other important ones: red number 40, yellow number 5, and yellow number 6.
That's it. The numbers are coming out, guys. So look, we're going to go more into that in just a moment. And maybe you say to yourself, oh, but I love the taste. I love the taste. In a second, I'm going to show you what is behind that taste and color. And maybe you might change your mind. Yeah, sometimes you can't reason with a person. You have to just put fear in them. That's the Gen Z in me. All right, guys, so don't go anywhere. We're going to go for a very short time out. We're going to play some tracks here from one only Kathleen. Go on, Will. What is it?
I was going to say, it just hit me that I'm also so confused with the generation stuff as well. I think Gen Z is the current one.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
No?
Oh, no.
We are now the Gen Alpha.
Is it
Alpha?
Yeah.
They're always coming out with
We don't
new
do
ones.
letters anymore.
No, because it's Gen Z. It ended at Z. Now it's
and then
Alpha.
Oh, so gone back to A.
Yeah.
Gone back to the beginning.
Oh, gosh, that's going to be... So the next one would be what? Gen Beta?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He wants to be Gen Beta.
The alphabet.
You know we're coming to the end of the world when we reach Gen Beta. You know
Things are just off key
we're
now.
already on the last stage now, so Gen Beta comes up. Oh, no. It's like, receive the mark, yes. It's like,
Oh, God.
if you know, you know. Yesterday we had a conversation with Maisha. Maisha was on the show sharing her journey on the pursuit of success, but we saw the impact her childhood had on the type of teenager that she became, and obviously UTF would have helped to save her a lot of suffering, should she had access to it at the time. But now we've gone through that kind of side, parenting and all those little details, but now we're going to be looking at what we actually put in our children's body. So I actually have a clip here for you. This was a nice interview that was done just to drum it home, because what you're facing in their behavior may be related to what they're consuming. Check this out.
Children are eating mostly ultra-processed garbage.
Well, that is true. I mean, I think the last number I saw was like 2/3 of kids and teens calories comes from ultra-processed foods. It may be more than that. And then, one of the things that's changed the most since I was a kid, we had access to candy and sugar, but we didn't have access to that now some kids are having every single day are these sugar sweetened beverages, right? The Frappuccinos and the boba teas and whatever it is,
I'm
right?
worried.
That I think is really one of the factors that is changing our kids' health. I mean, I'm seeing these teenagers who are, they're athletic. They're on school sports. They look fit. They're trim. Not anything that we picture of a person with diabetes or prediabetes, right? And yet, when I do fasting blood work, a lot of these teenagers and younger kids too, They have hemoglobin A1Cs that are slightly off, maybe not abnormal, but I'm like, ooh, this is not optimal. Their insulin levels are butting up against like 16, 17, 18, sometimes outright elevated. Their fasting blood sugar is high. I mean, all the signs that they're heading towards prediabetes. Wow. And I mean, then you start asking about their daily habits. Oh yeah, after school, they go to Starbucks across the street and they get something every single day.
Yeah. That's tough. All right. So clearly children are eating wrong. All right. This lady, she, that's her field. She studies blood work. She studies health. And they're saying, look, children can look healthy. They're actually involved in athletics. But when you look at their blood work, it's not supposed to be this way. That means when they get to a certain age, what's going to happen? It's quite scary, isn't it, Debs?
It is because when we're young, we're supposed to be in our prime.
Yeah.
And that's when you're supposed to be looking after your health regardless of your age. Mm-hmm. But when you're younger, you want to know you got that good start, you're eating that healthy food. But if from the beginning it's all going wrong, then that means that the lifespan, will be shorter. What's going to happen to the future generation? They're just dying out because they're not eating properly.
Yep.
It's just,
look,
it's scary.
We've got a nice picture there. I mean, this is what children are facing nowadays. I'm hungry. Yeah. We're going to McDonald's, right? Even not cooking tonight. Uber Eats. Pizza. Yeah. Right? This is what's happening.
Yeah.
Even from starting in the morning with breakfast. Play this track. This is starting in the morning. This is what we're trying to bring awareness of today. The one next to it, please. Yeah, that one's going to be a deterrent. This one we'll deal with now just to help with the mental gymnastics here that we're going to impose on ourselves to change. All right? So check this out. Breakfast.
Stop scrolling. I'm going to give you the 5 worst foods you can give your kids for breakfast. Number 1, cereals. They are full of sugar. They are full of processed things. They can cause all kinds of hyperactivity and worse in children. Number 2, Pop-Tarts or any type of similar product. It looks good. It tastes good. It is disgusting. It's full of hydrogenated oils and all kinds of preservatives. Number 3, French toast. It is full of fat. It is full of sugar. And when you add that syrup on top, you're going to get a sugar high that is really not going to be helpful for your kids and can actually mimic ADHD. Number 4, fast food sandwiches like you get in fast food places.
Man.
Full of processed ingredients, really not helpful for you. And number 5, maybe surprising, granola bars. What? They're so healthy. No, they're not. Most granola bars are nothing more than sugar and preservatives and essentially are equivalent to a candy bar.
Oh, no.
If you want to know what to give your kids, I'm going to do a video on what healthy foods you can give your kids to give them a best fresh start for the day. If you're having any problems with your kids, this is the first place to start. Thanks so much for watching.
So,
do you see how we just gasped?
Yeah.
All of us are like,
it's Wednesday. It's Wellness Wednesday. This is what happens, right? Yeah. This is the turning point where we get information where we can change our futures if we're humble enough. Right, Mr. Warner?
Yes, I think the granola got everyone.
It's like we did it in unison, like it was rehearsed or something.
That's saying breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Yeah.
I remember we understood that it was Kellogg's who made up that quote.
Yeah.
Guy's not even a doctor. But he sold breakfast.
Millions,
he sold the cereals.
Millions and billions.
Right? And we find that, your body starts to fix itself if you really do have a break fast, which means your body has a chance to kind of mend itself, go into ketosis, etc. if you delay your breakfast to say 11, 12 o'clock. But now everyone's picking up cereal because we say it's the most important meal of the day, but we hear that it's not good for us, and children are doing it with a candy bar. Then they want to go and eat something at a restaurant outside. It's not good. It's not good. So just like UTF, we're learning how to help our children, but many times we can be resistant when it comes to their diet. And how many things could be changed if we just change that? It's a huge thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like it all comes together. Go ahead, Debs. What is
Sarah was like, she said granola bar as well, so she's like shocked. Yeah. She said she had the same reaction as all of us. Basically. Like, surprise, surprise. Janet was there saying, my children have never done anything. Said nobody ever. Talking about children. But I'm telling you, like, yeah, with the granola bar, because you think that you're getting the raisins, you're getting the nuts, but it's got lots of sugar. So we have to be careful, people.
Yeah.
Really careful.
It's very deceiving.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. From the moment I heard that Kellogg's was the one who says breakfast is the most important meal of the day, I thought it was a doctor who was looking out for my well-being and you know, had my interest at heart. But no, it's a guy who wants to sell me breakfast cereals.
And your children.
And my children. And my children. So, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to make these adjustments. It's tough. I mean, you know, play that one. Play that one, the Animaniacs one, that cartoon. Play that cartoon. I want to show you something. This one, yes. Yeah, this is, if you are millennial, Gen Z, or whatever you want to call yourself. This, if you remember Animaniacs, they were actually telling us quite a few things before it even occurred. If you remember this cartoon, please holler in the live chat. I want you to have a look at this clip. This is very interesting. The problems we have.
Hey, let's get some ice cream.
How about this one? Pistachio, almond, fruit fudge, butterscotch delight.
Oh.
Ingredients: zinc trisodium aspartate, sorbitol and bisulfate, oxide beta carotene, lactic acid carabine. Grade A milk emulsified, maltodextrin alkali, silicon dioxide, lots of sugar.
Hey, all right.
Calcified synthetic salt, artificial barley malt, glycerin and aspartate, folic acid.
That tastes great.
I
can't even know what they are.
Dehydrated calciumate, soybean oil, butter, fat, caramel center.
I'll eat that. Hooray for sugar, cause we love it. Chocolate chips, we want more of it. Cakes and ice cream, want to shove it down our throats real fast. Here's a candy bar, you tried it?
Hey, let's all see what's inside it.
Oh, yeah.
Gelatinized triglycerin, phosphate, soybean lecithin, deoxylite, trisilicon, dipped in chocolate.
Bring it on!
Citrus enzymes, BHT, powdered milk.
Sounds good to me.
Baking soda, carob gum, carbohydrates.
Yummy, yum.
Monosodium glutamate, zinc disodium alginate,
Whole grain flour, yeast and fat.
Time to eat it. I'll do that. We like sweets a lot, so give us all you got, and we'll stuff them in our bodies till they make our insides rot.
The warnings have been there.
Yeah.
There was it was in
right under our nose.
Right under our noses in clear vision. They were telling us this was 1993.
Yeah.
This is interesting, and you know, and some of us are gonna hear this and be like, "Oh, so much hard work to change anything. It's so much hard. Why am I gonna like? Okay, I know it's good to change, but it's hard work. But you know what? Everything that is good is hard work, right?"
Robert,
what
you just said, it's like you stole my thunder. I was like dying to say it myself. Like, nothing that's worth having is easy to acquire or to have or even to maintain. Like, it's hard work because it's supposed to be hard work. If it was easy, everybody's gonna do it.
That's right. That's right. And we've learned how to get used to eating all this bad stuff. You know, even to feed it to our much loved precious children, and they're acting up, and we're wondering
why.
But maybe you're saying you're on the fence. You're on the fence. You're like, oh, you know, fizzy drinks ain't that bad. You know, I know they're full of sugar. We've been on the breakfast show. We've seen it long enough. And colors and aspartame and 7295 being in the ingredients. I don't even know what it is. Maybe this will put you off. Guy with a blue cap. Cat, play that track.
This is a dried parasitic insect that you eat every day. Well, how is that possible? Well, watch closely. If I crush a small pile of these insects, scoop them up, and pour them into a vial of warm water, the water
they're bleeding.
Turns a deep red.
They're bleeding.
This is used as a red dye under the names cochineal extract, natural red 4, E120, and carmine color.
Who wants some E120?
Is listed in the ingredients of this candy.
Oh, my kids love that, sweet.
So
I need to show this to them.
candy gets its color from crushed up parasitic insects.
Oh, no.
Guess which of these products have parasitic insects in them?
Not the lipstick. Not the lipstick. No.
They all do.
Yeah. Look at the guy's face. We need to change our life. So, there you have it. E127285. It's hard work, as we said, but you can either go with the breeze and go into a certain direction that's not good, that we know the future now, or we can make an effort to change. Now, you may be in my situation where there's 2 of you in the household, 2 parents, and maybe someone's not on the boat as you are. Have mercy and take him step by step. Yeah, it took a while to get here, but now we're learning better things so we can ease our way back on track. Oh, yes, we can. So we're going to have our quiz in just a moment. We're going to have our quiz right now, actually. We're going to go straight into it. And when we're going to calculate the results, I'm going to show you some solutions, things that you can do instead to help, especially our little young ones. I'm show the picture, Kat. Show the pitch just to show you very quickly the picture there. Yeah, no, the one with the statistics there, parents' view on fast food. Yeah, so basically, the view on fast food so far has been okay in moderation, 84%. 72% say good option when stressed for time. Unhealthy for my kids, 85%, so we know it. Good value for the money, 33%. And 24% say less expensive than home-cooked meals. But we can see that the price starts mounting up. And if you show the one with the circles, Kat, there's the one with the circles, basically where different age groups get their added sugar from. And if you look here, the age 4 to 10, they get it mainly from cereals and soft drinks on a daily basis. And then sugar, sweets and jams, 4 to 10. And also teenagers 11 to 18 is the same thing. Cereals, cakes, biscuits, sugar, sweets, jam. That's where they get most of the sugar from. And there was a doctor who said that we don't even need added sugar. We can function without. There's no nutritional benefit from having additional teaspoons of sugar. None. Our body needs glucose, but that does nothing for us, just problems. So we're going to give you some alternatives in just a second. But I really hope you enjoyed this episode of the program. We have a lot more episodes covering a lot more themes on The Breakfast Show. And guess what? Your experience can be even deeper and more interactive because we are live weekdays from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on libertyradio.co.uk. On that Liberty Radio platform, we have a whole host of other inspirational material. As well as that, we have our breakfast show in the mornings. Check it out. There's a live chat, there's a video feed, and you can get up to date on all the breakfast show antics and fun, vim, excitement, and all that kind of crazy stuff that we love to enjoy. This is Robbie here, Robust Presenter, and I hope to see you live and enjoy the next one.